Hey guys, good afternoon. Juneau is just a 10-minute walk that way. I'm staying there in a hotel. It is sometime after like 3:30 or so in the afternoon, and as you can see, the sun has gone down behind the mountains, but a little bit of sunlight left there, so there's actually plenty of light left, a couple hours or so probably. Just thought that I would capture a little bit of whatever I end up seeing in the next hour or so. Flume Trail. As you can see, road closed, so probably you could drive up there once the snow is gone in spring or whatever. And this Flume Trail, I know nothing about it. I don't know if this just kind of goes along beside the road or what, so one way to find out. That is kind of the motto of my life. That, and there's probably something interesting around the corner. Really nice so far, just gorgeous. Some fresh snow. It's been snowing the past couple of days. Today was nice and sunny though, but I didn't get out and explore earlier because I have been editing videos for the past week here in Juneau, more than a week now. Tonight will be my 9th night in Juneau. So just a little insight into the travel vlogging thing. I got behind with my videos from Mexico and Idaho and then coming up to Alaska, and I wanted to crack on it before I filmed more and make more work for myself and get farther behind. And so I just holed up in my hotel, and other than one day of exploring a few days ago, have been just like mostly inside editing away on the computer, pretty burnt out on it and ready for more exploring. So I have one video left to edit, except now I'm making more work for myself. Okay, so interesting. This trail is going off that way. I was kind of thinking it would go by the road, and for some reason there's no tracks here. Maybe that just kind of ends, because that is the bridge going over the creek. So, well, let's poke around the corner. There's probably something interesting around the corner. Gold Creek Flume. Hi there. Do you know how far this trail goes?
I do. It goes about another half mile.
Oh, okay, not very far.
2/3 of a mile to a street.
Oh, to a street?
Yeah, Upper Evergreen Avenue, yeah.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Gold Creek, is the flume on the way then, or?
It's under the snow. You are on the flume right now.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah, it diverts the water right up there, and it takes it down, and at the end of the trail is a little powerhouse.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks pretty that way, so
yeah,
I'll check it out.
It is pretty.
Thanks, man. And so by the looks of it, I'm walking on railroad tracks right now. It even smells like railroad tracks. I wonder if they are in use in the summer. Probably the old gold mining tracks, I would guess. And so I just checked the time. It is actually 4:11 p.m. and it is 21 degrees Fahrenheit. That is cold. There's a big difference between 30 degrees and 20 degrees. I'm feeling perfectly warm. The one little problem is trying to film right now, because as you can see, I got these pretty good gloves here, but these are too thick to try to press the button on the camera to start the filming. That doesn't really work. And so I have my other glove, my other kind of glove, on my other hand. You can see it's thinner. It's still fairly thick, but in these temperatures it is not thick enough, and so my hand is getting cold. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I think I'll just go around the corner here and then head back and go further up the trail. Now this is actually looking like it is not train tracks, so maybe it's just a hiking path with kind of train track looking beams there, cross beams, or maybe it was a train track and then this was just turned into a hiking trail and this was added. Something like that. Anyways, I think I'm going to turn it around here and head back up to that other path. And so if you want to warm up your hands, of course there's the just go like this and get the blood flow going. But a little bit more effective way is to swing your arms like this. And that really gets the blood flowing faster. Like I can just feel the warmth going into my hands already. And then you can squeeze your hands also. So I guess this is a good time to talk about bears. Here I am walking alone in the woods. There is a bear out there somewhere. Why would you go hiking in the woods where there are bears? Well, why would you go surfing in the ocean where there are sharks? Right? There's a shark out there somewhere. That's for certain. There are millions of sharks in the water. It's just a matter of how far away is the closest one, right? Same situation here. There is a bear out there somewhere, some distance away, a specific number of feet. It is exactly 2,271 feet away, whatever, the closest bear to me. It is basically just a risk that you take as part of the adventure. And there's no adventure you can go on that doesn't have some sort of a risk. Parachuting, skydiving, bungee jumping, rock climbing, surfing, parasailing, whatever, then they all come with risks. And the reality is that a lot of the best hiking places have bears in them. Now the good thing, of course, is that bear attacks are extremely rare. I've had lots of bear encounters. I worked in Denali National Park 4 times and Jasper National Park, Alberta 5 times, and seen lots of bear either while driving or hiking. The last little bit of light there. What a pretty sight. Hello. And so, to some extent, it's just a matter of, it's a chance you're going to take, and just like surfing, then lots of people surf their whole lives and never get eaten by a shark. And so, are you going to not go hiking in the woods because there's a bear out there somewhere? But of course, you also want to be smart about it and be prepared, be aware, and know the ways to avoid a confrontation, or if you have an encounter, get away in one piece. And so there are various things to keep in mind. The most important really is just to make noise and scare the bears off before you ever see them. Even though, of course, it's amazing to see a wild animal in the wild, and it would be just awesome to see one, you know, when I was on that hiking path way up above the ground and see one like down there and know that you're perfectly safe. Let's see, left or right? I kind of like how this is going into this valley. And so making noise by talking, right now I am exercising my bear scaring technique just by talking. And so if I am backpacking alone, then I would be shouting. I went into the Marble Mountains of Northern California last spring, and in fact I had a bear encounter. It was pretty scary because I was at my camp. I didn't just see it on some ridge while hiking and then continue hiking and get away from it. I saw it at my camp. I had just finished eating dinner and I hadn't put away all my stuff yet, and so I had my bear barrel open, and I think that I had just washed my dish, fortunately. So I saw the bear across a meadow that I was like looking out at. Had to think for a couple seconds, like, okay, what do I do? Just ignore it or what? but I don't want to ignore it and let it root around and end up, at my camp eventually. And so I started shouting at it. Unfortunately, that just got its attention. It looked up and then it started like galloping towards me. And so I thought fast and looked down, and I had my pot there and a metal spoon. Grabbed him, started banging the spoon against the pot, a loud clanging noise, and that thing just turned around and jetted off. Just like boom, like it was out of there, up the hill, gone, never saw it again. So noise is one of your best defenses. This is not as interesting as I thought with these ugly buildings. But let's see if it goes further past this up ahead. Okay, the road keeps on going. Amazing chute right there. I bet that would be fun to ski. I believe there is a ski resort around here somewhere, but maybe it's on Douglas Island, across the water over there. Not exactly sure about that, but I vaguely remember that because, as I mentioned in previous videos, I lived here in the 90s for a year while going to the university. And so when it comes to bear encounters, then hope you don't have one, first of all, and then if you do, don't act like prey. Don't run away unless you have some just, escape plan or whatever, easy route to get out of there or something. But you don't want to trigger their instincts to chase what looks like food. If it hasn't noticed you, then just meander off in another direction if you can, if you're not stuck at your camp. And then if it does notice you and you have a confrontation like the one that I almost had in California last year, or in Denali years ago when I was working up there and a big grizzly bear came pouncing down the tundra towards me and a group of like 5 or 6 of my friends while hiking, then raise up your arms, yell at it, don't look it in the eyes, kind of look at the ground in front of you, back away slowly, and at that point you're pretty much just hoping for the best. Now the other protection is of course a gun. I mean, that's your best protection, but I'm not a gun owner. I'm not about to embark on a sharpshooting lesson or whatever just to protect myself from bears, especially when I'm not going to walk around here with a gun, Other than that, then of course, bear spray. And it is on my list to get some, especially if I'm going to be in Alaska longer, get some in Juneau before I take off from here. But it is less likely you're going to see one around here, closer to town. It is still possible. I remember there was a bear in town once when I lived here. I forget if I saw it or just saw it on the news or in the newspaper or something like that. But, bears can be anywhere around here. But it's less likely here than if you were further away where they would rather be hanging out, away from human stuff. So be bear aware, as they say. But don't let that stop you from an adventure. All right, looks like this is the end of the road here. I'm guessing that the other road is probably the way to the mining camp. So I think that I will just head on back and continue this video in the morning. All right, have a good one. So good news. As I was walking back, then I was thinking, well, I forgot to mention the issue of it's winter, and so grizzlies hibernate. Now, I wasn't sure if that meant don't worry about them, or what about black bears around? And so I stopped into that shop there and asked about bear spray, and she said, we're out of stock because that's really a summer thing. And so I asked her, well, does that mean I just don't have to worry about bears at this time of year? And basically she said, yes, there aren't black bears around, the grizzlies are hibernating, and so much less likely to have a bear encounter. That is not going to make me let down my guard completely, but that is a reassuring thing, so good to know. Seven minutes to 5 on a Saturday. This is definitely the most bustling that I have seen Juneau in the 9 days that I've been here. Previous evenings, then it was just completely dead. Now it's only kind of dead. Bar there. That's where I was hiking, on this side of that mountain, but behind that hill there. So nice to see some little signs of life here in the capital of Alaska. But time for me to get back to work, get back to the room, and keep on editing videos, get the next one done. Now I have this one to edit as well, but lots more coming from Alaska.